Okay, good morning. Assalamu alaikum. I will start today's online lecture. Hopefully, this lecture is going to be the last lecture for completion of this fifth unit and as well as completion of the syllabus. Right, as I told you, I have informed you through the message that this lecture will be of at most 1 hour, not more than 1 hour, because 3 to 4 problems we have to see in the topic that we are going to discuss. Okay, video got interrupted because I got a call. Now it is fine. So we'll start. Today's topic is solutions of ordinary differential equations by using Laplace transforms. So basically we are going to solve ordinary differential equations. If you remember, we have considered ordinary differential equations in unit 2 and unit 3. Right, those two units were related to ordinary differential equations. So in that, what we have done is mainly we have solved different types of ordinary differential equations. So here also we will consider ordinary differential equations. So instead of applying the regular or routine methods that we have discussed in unit 2 and 3, we are going to apply Laplace transform to solve the differential equations. Right, now till now in this unit, whatever we have discussed, that starting from the definition of Laplace transform, properties of Laplace transform, and a few problems related to those properties, then inverse Laplace transform property, that first shifting property of inverse Laplace transform, and the convolution theorem related to inverse Laplace transform. So all those things, all that knowledge will be useful here in solving ordinary differential equations by using Laplace transform. So the standard procedure is there that we will follow in problems only. We don't write down or we don't note down any special steps for solving the differential equation. Directly we will consider a problem and step by step we will see what we have to do for obtaining the general solution. The meaning of solving an ordinary differential equation is obtaining the general solution y. One differential equation will be given, you have to solve that, and some conditions are also given, you have to solve that to obtain the general solution. So we'll consider the first simple problem. First problem, use Laplace transform to solve one equation is given, y dash minus y equals to e power t, subject to one condition is given. The condition is y of 0 equals to 1. Right, what is the question? Use Laplace transform to solve. If you are not asked to use Laplace transform, then directly we can solve by applying the methods that we have discussed in unit 1. Right, we can apply for this equation, we can apply variable separable method and solve this equation, or if not, then we can find the roots. So whatever it is applicable, we can use a method from unit 2 and unit 3. Right, but here the question is use Laplace transform to solve this differential equation. It is given to, you observe that here e power t is there, here e power t is there. The meaning is the independent variable is t. Now the independent variable is t, means this y dash, derivative y dash is, it is not dy by dx, it is dy by dt. See it carefully, it is dy by dt because the independent variable is t. Right, dy by dt. So solution. So what we have to do, we have to apply the Laplace transform. So given equation we will write down. Now take Laplace transform on both sides. Take Laplace transform on both sides. Then what will happen? This implies Laplace transform of y dash minus Laplace transform of y equals to Laplace transform of e power t. Right? Laplace transform of y dash minus Laplace transform of y equals to Laplace transform of e power t. Now what is Laplace transform of y dash? Laplace transform of y dash. So we have the formula Laplace transform of derivatives. What it is? S into Laplace transform of y minus y of 0. Right? This we have discussed in yesterday's class. Laplace transform of derivatives. Instead of y, we considered there f. So Laplace transform of f dash is given by s into Laplace transform of f of t minus f of 0. So instead of f, we are having y now. Laplace transform of y dash is given by s into Laplace transform of y minus y of 0. Right? Then minus Laplace transform of y as it is. Now what is Laplace transform of e power at? We have seen the formula. Laplace transform of e power at is given by 1 by s minus a. So in place of a, we are having 1 here. So 1 by s minus 1. Right? Further this implies, now Laplace transform of y here, Laplace transform of y here. Take common. So s minus 1 into Laplace transform of y. Right? S minus 1 into Laplace transform of y from this one and this one. Then minus, what is given? Y of 0. The value of y of 0 is given in the question. Y of 0 is 1. So here 1, which is equal to 1 by s minus 1. Now further this implies s minus 1 into Laplace transform of y equals to 1 by s minus 1. You take this minus 1 this side, then it is plus 1. Now you simplify this by taking the LCM. S minus 1 in the denominator, here 1 as it is, then plus s minus 1. Then what will happen? 1 1 cancel, s by s minus 1 remains. Then further this implies Laplace transform of y equals to s by s minus 1. Already one s minus 1 is here, and one more s minus 1 will come from this. So s minus 1 whole square. Right? Now what we want, actually solve means we have to find the general solution of this. We have to find y. Right? We have to find the solution of this. We have to find y. So y of t is given by, you take the Laplace transform this side. When we take the Laplace transform this side, it will be Laplace inverse of s by s minus 1 whole square. Right? Now I have to find the Laplace inverse transform of this. As we have seen in the yesterday's class, here if s minus 1 is there, here also I should write, for applying the first shifting property, what I have to do, in the denominator s minus 1 whole square is there. So in numerator also I want 1 s minus 1. Because I am subtracting 1, so I have to add 1 to compensate. So by applying the first shifting property, what will happen with this? Now I will apply the first shifting property here. So when I apply the first shifting property, e power s minus 1, s minus 1. So it is e power t, e power at. A is 1. So e power t into Laplace inverse of here s plus 1 by s square. This I am writing from the first shifting property in inverse Laplace transform. Now I will separate this e power t into Laplace inverse of s by s square is nothing but 1 by s plus Laplace inverse of 1 by s square. Right? This is equal to e power t into Laplace inverse of 1 by s. First formula, which is 1, and Laplace transform of 1 by s square. We have to use the formula Laplace transform of 1 by Laplace inverse of 1 by s power n. It is given by t power n minus 1 by n minus 1 factorial. T power n minus 1 by n minus 1 factorial. So n, in place of n I am having 2. So plus t power 2 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 factorial, which is equal to e power t into 1. T power 2 minus 1 is t, by 2 minus 1 is 1. So the final solution is y of t equals to e power t into 1 plus t. This is the final solution required for the given differential equation subject to the condition y of 0 equals to 1. Right? So what we are doing, I'll explain the procedure once again. for the given differential equation, we have to apply the Laplace transform on both sides, here, here and here. For every term we have to apply Laplace transform. Now Laplace transform of derivatives we have to use wherever derivative is there. Appropriate formula: if it is first order, then s into Laplace transform of y minus y of 0. If it is second order, then s square into Laplace transform of y minus s into y of 0 minus y dash of 0. Like that we have to expand this derivative. Then this one as it is, and right hand side whatever the function is there, according to that we have to find the Laplace transform. Here e power t is there, so we will get 1 by s minus 1. Then we have to use the conditions and simplify this equation. Then ultimately we will get Laplace transform of y, and in the right hand side all s functions will be there. Then we need y, so we have to take this Laplace transform to right side. When we take this Laplace transform to right side, it will become Laplace inverse. Then we have to evaluate the Laplace inverse transform by using the formula that we have discussed. So this was the first problem. Now we'll go for the second problem. Solve. Here second order differential equation is given. Solve y double dash plus y equals to 2 into e power t. Conditions are given to be y of 0 equals to 0 and y dash of 0 equals to 2 by using Laplace transform. So given equation is y double dash plus y equals to 2 into e power t. Along with the equation, two conditions are given: y of 0 equals to 0 and y dash of 0 equals to 2. We have to solve this equation by applying Laplace transform, right? So given differential equation, first we have to write down given differential equation: y double dash plus y equals to 2 e power t. Now take Laplace transform on both sides. So what will happen? Laplace transform of y double dash plus Laplace transform of y equals to 2 into Laplace transform of e power t, right? Then expand this. Laplace transform of derivatives, second order derivative, so s square into Laplace transform of y minus s into y of 0 minus y dash of 0, right? This is the expansion of this Laplace transform of y double dash. Then plus Laplace transform of y as it is, which is equal to 2 into Laplace transform of e power t formula, 1 by s minus 1, right? Then this implies, now you take Laplace transform of y common, here s square and here 1, s square plus 1 into Laplace transform of y, this term over. Now y of 0 is given to be 0, right? Y of 0 is given to be 0, so this term is 0. Now y dash of 0 is given to be 2, so minus 2 equals to 2 into 1 by s minus 1, right? Further this is equal to s square plus 1 into Laplace transform of y equals to 2 by s minus 1, this 2 by s minus 1, and this minus 2 is plus 2. Now we will simplify this by taking the LCM. S minus 1, 2 plus 2s minus 2. Then what will happen? 2s by s minus 1. 2s by s minus 1. Then further, here left hand side I will consider only Laplace transform of y. This is equal to 2s by s minus 1 into s square plus 1. Right, consider this as some equation 1, or further this can be written as, you don't consider this as equation 1, further y of t equals to 2 into Laplace inverse of, I am taking this Laplace transform that side, Laplace inverse of s by s minus 1 into s square plus 1. Now you consider this as 1. Now if we evaluate this Laplace inverse transform, then we will get the solution y of t, right? So our target is to evaluate this Laplace inverse transform. Now this Laplace inverse transform can be evaluated by applying partial fraction or by using convolution theorem. Here two functions are there. One function is 1 by s minus 1. One function is 1 by s minus 1. Another function is s by s square plus 1. So I'll apply convolution theorem. Even we can solve this by using partial fraction. That is, we have to consider a by s minus 1 plus bs plus c by s square plus 1. We have to find the values of a, b, c. Then these terms will be separated. Then you can apply Laplace inverse transform. That is also one procedure. Or I can even use convolution theorem. So I'll consider here, let f bar of s equals to 1 by s minus 1 and g bar of s equals to s by s square plus 1. I'll consider two functions, and when I multiply these two, I'll get the same thing. Then this implies Laplace inverse of f bar of s, Laplace inverse of 1 by s minus 1 is given by e power t, right? And Laplace inverse of g bar of s is equal to Laplace inverse of this. This is s by s square plus 1 formula, which is cos at. A is 1 here, so cos t. Now you consider this as g of t, consider this as f of t, right? Now I have to evaluate this Laplace inverse. Laplace inverse of s by s minus 1 into s square plus 1 is given by Laplace inverse of multiplication of f bar of s and g bar of s. So multiplication of f bar of s and g bar of s. Further, we know from the convolution theorem that Laplace inverse of f bar of s and g bar of s is given by integral 0 to t f of u g of t minus u into du, right? Further, this is equal to integral 0 to t, see, remember, we are finding, our target is to find y of t, which is given by 2 into this Laplace inverse transform. So we are finding this Laplace inverse transform. Once we get this Laplace inverse transform, what we have to do, we have to substitute that in 1. Then we will get the solution y of t. So we are finding this Laplace inverse transform, which is given by integral 0 to t f of u. F of u means e power u. G of t minus u. In place of t, I have to put t minus u. So cos better we'll consider, because it will create problem for evaluation of this integral. So what we consider is this function we will consider as g bar of s. So this kind of problems will raise. So while selecting the functions, we have to be very much careful, right? See what will happen if I consider like this only. Here I'll get cos of t minus u. Evaluation of this kind of integral cos t minus u is difficult. So that's why what we will do is we will consider this as g bar of s and this as f bar of s. So this will be f of t and this will be g of t, right? So this is equal to integral 0 to t f of u means cos u into g of t minus u. In place of t I have to put e power t minus u. In place of t I have to put t minus u. So du. Now what will happen is e power t into e power minus u. Because e power t does not depend on u, I can write this e power t outside. E power t into integral 0 to t remaining e power minus u and cos u. So this kind of feasibility will be there if we select this as the second function and this as the first function, whereas in the previous whatever I have selected the functions, in that this possibility is not there. We cannot, actually we used to get cos t minus u, that cannot be separated. So hope you have understood this, why I am selecting this as the second function, because if e power t minus u is there, I can write e power t outside and the remaining is e power minus u into cos u. Right? Now I have to apply the formula e power ax cos bx. I have to apply the formula. So we know the formula, integral e power ax cos bx dx, which is given by e power ax by a square plus b square into a cos bx plus b sin bx. So this is the formula that we have to use now. Right? We will apply the formula here. So this is equal to e power t as it is. Now I am finding the integration. E power a is minus 1, b is 1. So e power ax means e power minus u by a square minus 1 whole square plus b square is 1 square into a cos bx minus 1 cos bx cos u plus b is 1 sin bx. Right? Limits are from 0 to t. Now I will substitute the upper limit, e power t as it is. I will substitute the upper limit, e power minus t by 1 plus 1 is 2, then minus cos t plus sin t, then e power 0 minus e power 0 is 1 by 2, 1 by 2. Here minus cos 0 is 1 plus sin 0 is 0. Right? Further simplify this. Better you take this e power t inside. E power t inside. Then what will happen? E power t, e power minus t is 1 by 2. And here it is sin t minus cos t. Right? And here minus plus e power t by 2. When I multiply, I will get e power t here. Right? So this is the value of Laplace inverse of s by s minus 1 into s square plus 1. Therefore from 1 what will happen? Final solution y of t is given by 2 into this 2 into 1 by 2 sin t minus cos t plus e power t by 2. This is equal to sin t minus cos t plus e power t. This is the required solution y of t. Right? Hope you have understood this problem. I will explain this problem once again. See it carefully. Right, this is the given equation, y double dash plus y equals to 2 into e power t. We have to take the Laplace transform on both sides for this equation. Then Laplace transform of y double dash plus Laplace transform of y equals to 2 into Laplace transform of e power t. Right? Then the expansion of this is given by these terms. Right? And Laplace transform of y as it is. Then 2 into Laplace transform of e power t is given by 1 by s minus 1. Then you take Laplace transform of y common from this term and this term. Then s square plus 1 into Laplace transform of y. Then minus y of 0 is given to be 0. So that's why this term is 0. And minus y dash of 0 is given to be 2. So minus 2. Simplify this. S square plus 1, this term as it is. You take this 2 into right hand side. 2 by s minus 1 into plus 2. Right? Then you take the LCM, you will get 2s by s minus 1. Then 2s by s minus 1 into, you bring this s square plus 1 this side. Then s minus 1 into s square plus 1. Then we want y. So y equals to 2 into Laplace inverse of this. We have to find this, we have to evaluate this value of Laplace inverse. We can evaluate this Laplace inverse either by applying partial fraction or by applying convolution theorem, because here two functions are there. First function is 1 by s minus 1, another function is s by s square plus 1. So I'll consider first function as s by s square plus 1, which is f bar of s. I'll consider g bar of s as 1 by s minus 1. Then when I find the Laplace inverse, I'll get e power t. When I find the Laplace inverse of this, I'll get cos t, which are f of t and g of t. Then Laplace inverse of this is nothing but Laplace inverse of f bar of s into g bar of s. Now you apply convolution theorem on this. Integral 0 to t f of u g of t minus u. Right? F of u means cos u, g of t minus u means e power t minus u. Now e power t is independent of the integration, so that can be written outside, e power t, remaining e power minus u cos u. Apply this formula. When I apply this formula, I will get this expression, because e power ax means e power x, in place of x I am having u, in place of a I am having 1, e power minus u by minus 1 whole square plus 1 square. A cos bx, a is minus 1 cos u plus b sin bx, b is 1, so b sin u, 1 sin u. Right? Now substitute the limits. At upper limit, this value will be e power minus t by 2 minus cos t plus sin t, and minus lower limit e power 0 1 by 2 cos 0 1 sin 0 0. Right? Simplify this, you will get this one. Then you substitute the value of this in 1, you will get the final answer. Right? Now we'll go for the next problem. Right, third problem. Solve y double dash plus 4y dash plus 4y equals to 12 into t square e power minus 2t. What else is given? Conditions: y of 0 equals to 2, y dash of 0 equals to 1, using Laplace transform. We have to use Laplace transform to solve this equation subject to these two conditions. So apply Laplace transform on the given equation. Now I am applying the Laplace transform on the given equation. So what will happen? Laplace transform of y double dash plus 4 into Laplace transform of y dash plus 4 into Laplace transform of y equals to 12 is a constant into Laplace transform of t square into e power minus 2t. Right? Laplace transform of y double dash, we know how to write this. Laplace transform of y dash, we know how to write this. Laplace transform of y as it is. Now I need the Laplace transform of t square into e power minus 2t. I need to find the Laplace transform of t square into e power minus 2t. I'll evaluate that separately. Here I am finding Laplace transform of t square into e power minus 2t. I am finding this Laplace transform of t square into e power minus 2t. So first I will find the Laplace transform of t square. Laplace transform of t square, then I apply the first shifting property. Laplace transform of t square, t power n formula is n factorial by s power n plus 1. Right? N factorial by s power n plus 1. So 2 factorial is nothing but 2 by s power 2 plus 1, which is 3. Right? 2 by s cube. Then I'll apply the first shifting property, Laplace transform of e power minus 2t into t square. So if it is f bar of s, then it is f bar of s plus 2. Right? Because e power minus at is there. So what will happen? F bar of s plus 2, which is 2 by s plus 2 whole cube. Right? So this I have evaluated. the Laplace transform of e power minus 2t into t square. That I'll substitute here. But before that I'll expand all these things. Laplace transform of y double dash. Laplace transform of y double dash is given by s square into Laplace transform of y minus s into y of 0 minus y dash of 0. Right? This is related to first term. Then plus 4 into Laplace transform of y dash. Again you apply the Laplace transform of derivative formula, s into Laplace transform of y, s into Laplace transform of y minus y of 0. Right? Up to this we have completed. Then plus 4 into Laplace transform of y equals to 12 into Laplace transform of this is given by 2 by s plus 2 whole cube. Right? So we'll simplify this. This implies, now we'll take Laplace transform of y common. Here s square is there, this term over, here 4s is there, plus 4s, and here in this term plus 4 is there, into Laplace transform of y. Right? This term and this term covered. Then y of 0 is given to be 2. So here we will get minus 2s. Right? And y dash of 0 is given to be 1. So here I will get minus 1. This term is covered. Then remaining is this term. Again y of 0 is given to be 2. Here I will get minus 2. Minus 2 into 4 is minus 8 equals to 12 to the 24 by s plus 2 whole cube. Now this implies s square plus 4s plus 4 into Laplace transform of y is equals to 24 by s plus 2 whole cube. Now I am taking all these terms to right hand side, plus 2s, and here minus 1 minus 8 is minus 9, which is plus 9. Right? Now this whole thing can be written as, if you observe, this whole thing can be written as s plus 2 whole square. I can write this whole term as s plus 2 whole square. Right? When I expand this, s square plus 4 plus 4s. Right? Then Laplace transform of y is equals to 24 by s plus 2. Already power 3 is there, and here power 2 is there. When you bring this side, power 5 total, and here 2s plus 9 by s plus 2 whole square. Right? Now what we want y of t. This implies y of t equals to, you take the Laplace transform to right hand side. Then what will happen? You consider the first term, Laplace inverse of 2s plus 9 by s plus 2 whole square, first term, plus 24 into Laplace inverse of 1 by s plus 2 whole power 5. So if we evaluate these two Laplace inverse transforms, then we will get the solution y of t. So now we have to evaluate these two Laplace inverse transforms. Right? We will evaluate this. Y of t equals to, now here s plus 2 is there. Above also we should get s plus 2 to apply first shifting property. Laplace inverse of 2 into s plus 2 I can write here. The denominator s plus 2 whole square is there. If you observe the numerator, 2s plus 4. So 2s plus 4. But here 2s plus 9 is there. So I have to add plus 5. plus 24 into, now you apply the first shifting property here. When you apply the first shifting property here, we will get e power minus 2t Laplace inverse of 1 by s power 5. Right? Again you apply the first shifting property here, e power minus 2t, and what will happen? E power minus 2t Laplace inverse of 2s plus 5 by s square plus 24 into Laplace inverse of 1 by s power 5. We have the formula Laplace inverse of 1 by s power n is given by t power n minus 1 by n minus 1 factorial. So this is the formula, t power n minus 1 by n minus 1 factorial. So what we'll get? E power minus 2t as it is, t power 5 minus 1 by 5 minus 1 factorial. E power minus 2t, not 2 into, see e power minus 2t is here, e power minus 2t is here, that I have taken outside. Then here 2 into s by s square. S by s square is nothing but 1 by s, and the Laplace inverse of 1 by s is 1, plus 5 into 1 by s square. Laplace inverse of 1 by s square is, applying this formula we will get t, right? And here plus here 5 minus 1 means 4 factorial. So 24 by 4 factorial, 4 into 3 into 2, t power 4, right? 4 3s are 12, 2s are 24. So this one and this one will get cancelled. So remaining e power minus 2t into 2 plus 5t plus t power 4. This is the required solution y of t. Right? So third problem also completed. Now I'll give 2 homework problems. You try that. Note down the fourth problem, which is homework. Fourth problem, solve y double dash plus 3y dash plus 2y equals to 3. Conditions are y of 0 equals to 1, y dash of 0 equals to 1 by applying Laplace transform. Right? See what we have to do, we have to apply Laplace transform on this. We will get Laplace transform of y double dash here, and 3 into Laplace transform of y dash here, plus 2 into Laplace transform of y equals to 3 into Laplace transform of right hand side. What we will get here, right hand side I will show you, 3 into Laplace transform of 1, which is nothing but 3 into Laplace transform of 1 is 1 by s. Right hand side you have to carefully do this. This you have to apply on the right hand side. Then next fifth problem you take as homework. Apply Laplace transform to solve d square x by dt square minus 2 into dx by dt plus x equals to e power t with x equals to 2 and dx by dt equals to minus 1 at t equals to 0. Right, this is the given question. Given question is, we have to apply Laplace transform to solve this differential equation. This differential equation is d square x by dt square minus 2 into dx by dt plus x equals to e power t with x equals to 2. Conditions are given to be x equals to 2 and dx by dt equals to minus 1 at t equals to 0. So this given equation can be written as d square means double derivative minus 2 into single derivative plus x equals to e power t, and x equals to 2 at t equals to 0 can be written as x of 0 equals to 2, and this dx by dt means x dash at t equals to 0 is minus 1. Now you have to apply Laplace transform on x double dash minus 2 into Laplace transform of x dash plus Laplace transform of x equals to Laplace transform of e power t. The same thing you have to do here. The same thing, s square into Laplace transform of x minus s into x of 0 minus x dash of 0 minus 2 into, again you have to apply Laplace transform of s into Laplace transform of x minus x of 0 plus Laplace transform of x equals to Laplace transform of e power t is given by 1 by s minus 1. So this is how you have to solve this problem. So sometimes the question will be asked in this way also, right, in this representation also. So hope you have understood this. So with this we have completed the problems related to application of Laplace transform to solve ordinary differential equations. So we have completed unit 5 also. So the small revision, we have started this unit with the definition of Laplace transform. Then we have seen the first shifting property. First we have seen the basic formulae that we have derived, that is Laplace transform of 1, Laplace transform of e power at, sin at, cos at, sin h at, cos h at, all those formulae that we have derived. Then we have seen the first shifting property of Laplace transform, then change of scale property, then Laplace transform of derivatives, then Laplace transform of integrals, then Laplace transform of multiplication by powers of t, and Laplace transform of division by t, right, up to this the properties of Laplace transform. Then next we have seen evaluation of integrals by using Laplace transform. So we have evaluated the integrals. In that the main important integral is integral 0 to infinity cos at minus cos bt by some t. That integral is important, that problem is important, right. Then we have started inverse Laplace transform. First we have defined the definition, then we have noted down the formulae related to inverse Laplace transform. All those inverse Laplace transform formulae are derived from the actual Laplace transform formulae, right. Then after that we have seen the first shifting theorem in inverse Laplace transform. We have seen some application problems of that. Then we have seen the convolution theorem, right. Convolution theorem is important for one LAQ. Then we have seen the applications of Laplace transform to differential equation, that is today's class. So these are the topics in Laplace transform. Basically in this the questions will be, actually 2 SAQs should be asked from this unit, 2 SAQs from this unit. See the pattern of the questions from this unit will be, so 2 SAQs, no, first SAQ from unit 5, that is Laplace transforms. First SAQ will be first SAQ will be asked for evaluating the Laplace transform of some function. For evaluating the Laplace transform of some function, it may be the application of a shifting property, it may be the change of scale property, it may be the division by t, it may be the multiplication by t, it may be the derivatives of Laplace transform. Any property related question will be asked for first SAQ, right. Then second SAQ will be Laplace inverse of some function will be given. It may be the application of a shifting property, right, that kind of, or it may be by using the partial fractions we have to evaluate the Laplace inverse transform. That kind of questions will be asked in the second SAQ, right. These 2 SAQs are fixed. One is from Laplace transform, another one is from Laplace inverse transform. These 2 SAQs are fixed. Then LAQs, most probably the LAQs will be, the chance of LAQs will be, first important is convolution theorem, second very most important in this is application of Laplace transform. That is today's class, application of Laplace transform to ordinary differential equations. So these 2 questions are fixed in exam. First question is from Laplace transform SAQ, second question is from Laplace inverse SAQ, then convolution one question is fixed, and application of Laplace transform is one question is fixed for 5 marks, right? Then another if this unit is chosen for 19 marks, that is 2 SAQs and 3 LAQs, then the chance is for other properties like change of scale property, proof of change of scale property, or proof of Laplace transform of derivatives, and one problem related to derivatives. That kind of choice is there. And but majorly these are the topics that will be definitely asked in the exam. So remember, this is for unit 5. So with this we have completed all 5 units. I have forwarded almost all 5 units PDF notes to you, important points, and the topic wise weightage also I have forwarded, and the question bank is being prepared. I have forwarded the assignments. Actually that is the question bank for you. So but solutions will also be prepared for that, and that PDF will also be shared with you. That will be the question bank for your end sem exam. Right, you start writing the assignments. All the students are requested to write the assignments in A4 sheets, right? Staple it properly, write your name and roll number, keep it ready. Once the college reopens, then you can submit it to me. That will be considered as your assignment, right? Anything else? Right, that block kind of thing that I have done in first sem, the same thing I am going to do right now also. So everything I'll keep in block. You can access everything, every material related to M2 from that block. Right, you keep writing the assignments, because we cannot say when the college gets reopened. If it is reopened, then you have to submit the assignments. So all the assignments I have forwarded till now, all the 5 units assignments I have forwarded. Once again, if you want, I'll forward that, but start writing the assignments. See, don't try to copy, at least try by yourself, don't copy it. Right, see you soon inshallah. So with this we'll stop today's session. Allah Hafiz.